17. And basically with that one, it was that I went to sleep, and it wasn't a dream. I'm saying this confidently, it really wasn't a dream. There's dreams, and then there's when you like astral project and different type of stuff, right? So this one, I was literally escorted out of my body, and I was brought to a place, and they told me, and I was told that I'm gonna experience death. Like this is what I'm gonna experience. So I was brought out of my body, and I went, I was traveling out, and then I got to a place um, where I was just moving very fast, and it was all just like darkness, but not scary darkness. It's just like it's like you're moving through space, right? So I was just moving through with this other person who was escorting me, or teaching me, however you want to look at it, guiding me. And we're going through, and then all of a sudden, it's like my hands and it's like most of me went through except my chest part. Like my heart just caught. Like I don't even know how to explain it to you. It's like every part of me went through except my heart. There was an invisible wall that I didn't see, right? And and every part of me could have gone through except my heart. And so um when I hit the wall, there was literally like a like a like a sound. Like it sounded like, I don't know how to, I can't do the sound obviously, but it was hard. It's like almost like metal, you know, hitting on like cling, you know, like a sound. And it pulled me back because we were moving very fast, and it just hit, and I ended up coming back into the side. And as soon as I hit the wall, I was able to see the wall, you know, and I didn't see it before, but as soon as I hit it, I became aware of its presence. And I tried a few times to go through, and I couldn't go through. And then I looked down, you know, into my place that where I couldn't go through. And I looked down at my heart area, and I could see into like, so I'm not even in, obviously I'm not in flesh, right? I'm just in spirit form. And I, spirit form sounds weird, but I'm in my astral body, spiritual body, if you want to put it that way, my light body. Okay. So I look in the area, like to try to figure out like, why can't this part of me go through? And as soon as I looked into it, I could see what was wrong. I could see what had happened. I knew immediately what was there. And what was there is that I had done, I had I had lied about something that I didn't have to lie about. And and because I did, I had I felt guilty that I lied. So it's one of those things where it's like, I was no longer in a relationship with my ex, and I was talking to somebody else. And then when we got back together, I ended up, he asked me like, you know, were you with anybody else, anything? And I was like, no. Now I said no, but our rule was that we only need to tell each other what we do if we're together and we do something. But if we're not together and we do whatever we do, that's our business, because we're not together. So you're not technically cheating on each other if you're not together, right? So that's the reason why for me, I was like, nope, because I'm like, we have rules, and our rules are I don't have to tell you anything. So I said no. But within myself, I knew that if he was with somebody, even if we were together or not, I would have wanted him to tell me, you know? And I knew that. And so it was bothering me for a long time. I was just like, man, I should just tell him. Oh, well, I should just tell him, because he can't really be mad at me, you know, because we weren't together. But then I'm like, man, but then I already lied about it. So I was going back and forth with this thing within myself. And then, and so that's what I saw that was there, you know? Nothing else was there, just that incident, just the fact that I had that, you know, judgment against myself. So anyway, so when I saw that, I was like, okay, well, I know how do I get this out? Because I want to go through. And as soon as I was thinking of how do I get it out, and I was kind of starting to feel a little bit hopeless, you know, because I really did feel like it was wrong that I didn't say anything, because I would have wanted something said. Um, the person who was with me, put my consciousness in another person's consciousness who was there. Now, all this time I saw nobody. It was only me and this other person. All of a sudden, I was made aware that there actually were other people there, but they were like in chambers, like round looking, almost like they were like in bubbles, right? But it's not, obviously not a bubble, but it's like they were in bubbles, but just with themselves, right? Like in their auras, right? But in themselves. And all of a sudden I could see that there were other people, like a whole bunch of whole like the place was packed up with other people in these type of things. And they were not aware. I also knew that they weren't aware of each other. Like when you're there, you're not really aware of each other, but I was made aware so that I could understand the death process, right? So then I went into this person's consciousness and I could see everything that they had done, right? What they were feeling. And I was trying to communicate with them. I was trying to literally like be their conscience and tell them, hey, like, God loves you, like it's okay, you could be forgiven, just let that go, like that's okay, just turn away from it, just let it go. And God loves you. And I was trying to really push that into their mind, into their being, but every time I did, it was just like, no, they were so stuck in what they had done. Like they were so, there was like no way, for me to convince them that that it was okay and they could get forgiveness, right? So after a whole long time of that and seeing other people, burning up, and they were burning not with fire, actual fire, it was their own regret and shame and guilt, right? It appears like fire because when you're in the spirit, um, you're in your you're in your spirit, you're in your your energetic body. Their physical fire has no effect on you. So what they're actually feeling is like it's their own torment, right? That they're feeling. So it's their own judgment upon themselves. But it does appear, it does feel like a burning up. I can't lie, it does feel like that, but it's just not that. It's not, there's no fire there, but it does feel like that. So anyhow, I came out of that person's consciousness and I came back just as myself. And I knew immediately what to do because I had spent like that whole time trying to help that person. So I said, even if I know that what I did to me, even if I know that that was, wrong according to me, and that I would have wanted to do something different, I'm like, I I know that God loves me beyond whatever I would condemn myself. Literally, that's what that's what I said. I said, you know what? Doesn't matter how much, if I can't find the love for myself right now and see it and feel it, I know that there is a love greater than my condemnation towards myself. And as soon as I said that, it's like something within me, just like it was like small at first. I couldn't even notice it, but it just came like big and just bright, like a little seed that just became like a big light. And that thing that was inside of me just like it just disintegrated, and my whole body was just full of light. And as soon as it was just full of light, I was immediately like through the wall, and I woke up. And when I woke up, I was so happy that I turned to my who was my partner at the time, and I said, hey, guess what? When we weren't together, this is what I did. This is what I did, and I'm just so happy. Like, man, God's forgiven me. I'm forgiven, and I was just happy. I didn't care if he was upset or not. I was just so happy with everything, and I knew that also too, like through the traveling with this person, I knew that the reason why I was experiencing it was so that I could help other people to basically escape hell. But I know what hell was. Hell is not what we were taught that what hell is, right? So I accepted that, as part of my mission and calling, to teach about forgiveness and to help people be able to pass through that wall, because many people are stuck there even to this day. Many people. Okay, so that was Invisible Wall.